Yo, it's Alec and Usa, and we're here to do the fourth BJD Addict prompt. Fourth because the third one is funny stories, and I don't have any at all yet. So hopefully I'll get back to that when I do have a funny story or a couple of funny stories to tell about the hobby or whatnot. So Usa's here with me because he's just gotten a couple of new wigs. I'm not quite sure I like the first one, but this one is fantastic. I just really have to redo his face up to better match the shade of green. Anyway, so doll backstories. It's kind of funny because my dolls, I was the kind of person who just at first wanted a doll that was basically just going to be a fashion model in the sense that I just wanted to dress them up and have them dress up in whatever styles and not really have a character. But eventually, it turned into that. So the three dolls I have right now, or four, whatever. The three characters I have in mind right now are Magat, Usa, Leon, and Lualhati. So basically, instead of coming up with a character before I got them, I basically came up with a character as I bought the sculpt or as I received the sculpt, and they come from this little they come from a universe where dragons exist, except my definition of a dragon isn't the fire breathing scaly whatever, but rather dragons are like demigods or whatnot. They look like people, or they look like whatever the f they want to look like. This came from this sort of alter ego I had in the past, who was basically a dragon, but the definition of a dragon was just a humanoid immortal creature with superpowers, and that's basically what they are. Now, like vampires, you can turn someone into a dragon, and you could have been created a dragon. So there are what I call, there are in their universe the firstborns, who are those who came into creation as dragons, and the laterborns, or I have no idea what to call them yet. Usa is a firstborn, but a very, very young firstborn, like a couple of thousand years old, whatever. And when I say you can turn someone else into a dragon, basically what happens is whenever a dragon turns someone else into a dragon, whatever dragon hoodoo magic jumba, whatever they have, whatever dragon magic they have, they split that in half with whoever they turn. So the more people you turn, the less dragon powers you have, or whatever. Usa is a pretty powerful but youngish firstborn dragon, and Usa turns Magat into a dragon against his will, and because Usa is a dick, Usa is not a good person. It gets, there's more to get into their story, Usa and Magat, but basically, Usa does really bad things to Magat in the sense that, it's a bit of emotional torture. I don't know how to explain it yet because I haven't quite fleshed out the story. But Magat was just, an ordinary dude. His character is half Filipino, half Indian, but I'll get to that some other time. Anyway, Magat was a relatively young 25-year-old dude, violinist guy, and along comes Usa and sort of like turns his life upside down and just fucks him over in many different ways. And no, I don't mean that way. Magat would never with Usa. Though Usa being a bad person, I don't think, would be against it. Whatever. I don't know if you get I don't know if you get my meaning, but yeah, this guy right here, he's not a good person. Well, he's not a person, but you get what I mean. Now, so Usa's a firstborn, Magat is a laterborn. Lualhati, who shares Usa's body, is also a firstborn, and I'm not quite sure yet if I was going to make them like siblings in a sense. Actually, Luwalhati is the least developed of my characters. At first, Luwalhati was gonna be the evil, bad one. But then I thought, nope, no, let's just keep it, let's just make Usa whatever evil. There's a curtain going over the camera. Whoops. Anyway, now to Leon. Leon is a really, really, really old firstborn. Actually, with his name, I had for a long time been debating whether or not I was gonna name him Leon or Massalia. Both of these being names for French cities, or well, Massalia is the old name for how do you pronounce that? Marseille? I don't know. I don't speak French, man. I don't know how to pronounce that. But the joke is that Usa would joke that the reason, that now he's Leon, but Usa would joke that the city was named after him, or so on and so forth. Or whatever the city was named because of him, because he's that old, or something like that. But he's much older, actually. Yeah. And Leon was a really, really, really bad person back in the day. Well, to be fair, he was a product of his time, morals were kind of iffy back in the day. Think Rome around, think the kind of Rome you'd see in Spartacus and whatnot, that kind of iffy, questionable morals. But he sort of evolved. He started turning over a new leaf later on, obviously. And as he grew older, he became a really, really nice person, in the sense that he is super duper remorseful for, everything he's done. He's kind of like that weird philosophical kind of bloke. He's gonna have to live with the shit he's done in the past. My cat is making a lot of noise. Stop it, kitty. Anyway, yeah, you can see him. He's over there. Anyway, yeah, and basically, Leon's got a bunch of children somewhere around the world. Yeah. If a dragon procreates with a person, they're not, their offspring aren't dragons, unless they give them the dragon powers. Does that make sense? Even dragons with other dragons don't make a dragon. You have to give them dragon powers, basically. Yeah, so that's their weird little universe. Oh, I don't know if I've defined Magat's personality enough, but before he got turned, he was kind of pathetic and losery. And yeah, I mean, he was pretty average, a bit of a knobhead sometimes, but nothing special. Kind of a loser. Afterwards, though, after Usa turned him into a dragon and sort of like flung him into space for a couple of years, Magat at 27 became much cooler. I mean, much more stoic. Yeah, I guess cool in the sense of like, emotionless, blank, whatever. And much more confident, but at the same time sort of less passionate about things, if that makes sense. And yeah, well, Usa's just Usa. He's just a dick. My nickname for him is actually Devil Slut, but let's not go there. Yeah, those are my dolls' backstories, and yeah, that's all I have so far. I plan to write it out, possibly illustrate some things for it, or photo shoots would be better, obviously, because we're here. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until they're properly dressed and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, that's it for the doll backstories. Thanks. Bye.